The Kingsman is the third Kingsman movie, but it's not Kingsman 3. Here's everything you need to know about the rollicking prequel and the future of the Kingsman franchise. The date and title of the third Kingsman movie ended up changing during the production process. At first, the film was announced with the working title Kingsman: The Great Game. Eventually, it was decided that it would instead be titled The Kingsman, which is a good fit. It references the original films while still making it clear that this movie will be different. Originally, the release date for The Kingsman was planned for November 15, 2019. However, the date was pushed back to Valentine's Day 2020 so that Fox could give that prime award season spot to Ford vs. Ferrari. It was pushed back yet again to September 18th, and then came the COVID-19 pandemic. That global disruption in movie exhibition pushed The Kingsman back yet again, this time all the way to December 22, 2021. Better late than never, right? Matthew Vaughn, who directed both Kingsman: The Secret Service and its sequel, The Golden Circle, is getting behind the camera again for The Kingsman. Vaughn said during a panel discussion at New York Comic Con, "I wanted to scratch an itch that I've had for ages in making a movie like the big epic adventure films that I grew up on. Making a movie like that on this sort of scale is not exactly easy to raise money for, so I thought if I entwined that into the Kingsman universe, Hollywood wouldn't be as scared of it." Vaughn named Lawrence of Arabia, The Man Who Would Be King, and The English Patient as films that inspired his vision for The Kingsman. While The Secret Service and The Golden Circle took place in modern times and feature the Kingsman organization dealing with contemporary issues, The Kingsman is going to be a prequel to those films set against the backdrop of World War I. Why did Vaughn decide to work on a prequel rather than jumping straight into working on another sequel? According to the director himself, he saw it as an opportunity to start with a blank canvas, rather than building on the previous films. He told Entertainment Weekly in 2019, "It's hard to do plot twists with characters that are known, so I wanted to do an origin movie that had hardly anything to do with the original Kingsman." He also says that you can watch and enjoy The Kingsman even if you haven't seen the other Kingsman films yet. Since The Kingsman takes place so many years before the events of The Secret Service and The Golden Circle, Taron Egerton and Colin Firth will not be returning to their starring roles as Eggsy and Harry. Although a Kingsman film without Egerton and Firth will definitely have a different tone, this gives Vaughn the chance to bring some fresh faces into the fold and go in a new direction with this film. Plus, both actors have been quite busy lately. Egerton starred as Elton John in the musical biopic Rocket Man, which earned overwhelmingly positive reviews from critics and even generated some Oscar buzz. More recently, he voiced Rian in the Netflix Jim Henson puppet series The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance, and his voice will be heard again in Sing 2, in which he'll return as Johnny the Gorilla. As for Firth, his recent roles include the war drama 1917 as well as The Secret Garden and Supernova. Clearly not adverse to acting through big-scale conflict, he's also set to appear in another war drama, Operation Mincemeat. The Kingsman is a period film that offers an alternative take on the events of World War I, leading up to the establishment of the Kingsman organization proper. It largely centers on two characters, Harris Dickinson's Conrad and his father Ray Fiennes' Orlando, the Duke of Oxford. We definitely know that it's a period film set during World War I, but judging by the irreverent tone of the previous Kingsman films, it's not going to be a run-of-the-mill historical drama.
This gentleman's shite!
I'm gonna love killing you.
Harris Dickinson is starring in The Kingsman as Conrad, whose aspirations to become a soldier and fight in the global conflict end up leading him in a very different direction than he or his father originally intended. Dickinson has raved about his experience shooting The Kingsman. The actor said that he felt like he had lots of creative freedom in his role, with the movie telling a new story that doesn't rely on the previous films to make sense. In an interview with Collider, Dickinson said, "It's not like the pressure of a sequel necessarily, where you've got to come in and continue the story." Ray Fiennes will play Conrad's father, the Duke of Oxford, and the founder of the Kingsman organization. He acts as a mentor to Conrad throughout the film, teaching his son that while the government might not take action to stop injustice in time, Kingsmen can. His opinion is that espionage is a more effective way of fighting than using brute force. Not that his son necessarily believes it.
Real power is not found running off to war.
Fiennes told comicbook.com, "His son's growing up and is full of a sense of duty and wanting to prove himself as a soldier and as a man of honor. I try to give him another perspective, how you can do more damage to the enemy by the right intelligence and undercover work than all-out war." The cast of The Kingsman is rounded out by several accomplished actors. Gemma Arterton, who recently lent her voice to the TV adaptation of the novel Watership Down, will have a leading role as Polly, a classy sharpshooter connected to the Proto-Kingsman group. Djimon Hounsou, known as Korath in Marvel films like Captain Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy, is also involved in the adventure, playing a swashbuckling character by the name of Shola. Aaron Taylor Johnson is set to play Lee Unwin, a soldier who, considering the surname, is likely one of Eggsy Unwin's ancestors. The movie's marketing also predominantly features Rhys Ifans, known for his work as Dr. Kirk Connors, aka the Lizard in The Amazing Spider-Man, as well as an appearance in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 as Xenophilius Lovegood. In The Kingsman, Ifans will appear as a notorious Russian Rasputin, getting up to more close-quarters combat than you ever would have expected. While The Kingsman was still in production, it was reported that Liam Neeson would be appearing in the film. Neeson did seem like a great fit for a Kingsman film, but this casting news was only a rumor. Bond told the Playlist back in 2019, "I just wrapped the movie, and unless he's got some amazing prosthetics and he's playing some character I didn't know about, he ain't in the film. Never had a discussion. I love Liam Neeson, and I'd love for him to be in it, but no, I have no idea where that came from." The Kingsman may be a prequel, but that doesn't mean we'll never find out what happened to our modern-day heroes after the events of the Golden Circle. Bond has already confirmed that another Kingsman film is in the works, Kingsman: The Blue Blood, which will be released in the future, picking up where the Golden Circle left off. A script for the movie is reportedly already written, and as far as the plot is concerned, Bond said that audiences should, quote, expect the unexpected. And this time, Taron Egerton and Colin Firth will be back as Eggsy and Harry. Egerton has said he's glad he'll get a chance to return to the role, and he's hoping that the new film will fare better with the critics than The Golden Circle. Egerton told Empire, "I would like the third one to be better received than the second one was. I felt we got a bit of an unfair kicking, if I'm totally honest. What I would like to happen is for us to do a third one and for it to feel like a worthy third installment to what has been a great part of my life." There is also reportedly a Kingsman spin-off film in development under the title of Statesman. This film would presumably be all about Kingsman's American counterpart organization by that name, which was featured prominently in The Golden Circle.
That'll make you want to slap your mama right there, boy.
If the upcoming Kingsman films still aren't enough for you, you're in luck. There's also reportedly a Kingsman television series planned. The series will supposedly include 8-hour-long episodes, but as of right now, there's very little info out about the series. It's simply known as the Untitled Kingsman Project, and there's no release date yet. Production on the show has not yet started, and there's no word about who the cast will be. Basically, we're in the dark for now, although Vaughn reportedly has, quote, something like 7 more Kingsman films up his sleeve. If you're feeling a bit impatient about the upcoming projects, you can always check out the animated Archer and Kingsman crossover titled TBT to That Time Archer Met Kingsman.
You probably shouldn't tell people you're a spy.
Then what's the point in being one?
Fair enough.
The short features Eggsy alongside Sterling Archer, with Egerton voicing Eggsy. Archer happens to find the secret Kingsman lair and outsmarts Eggsy at his own game during a drinking contest.
Woo! Beat that!
With so many things in the works, fans will be getting plenty of new material for years to come. There's still much to explore in the world of Kingsman. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about upcoming movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.